Hey, 100 bands, yeah. Watch me pull up in the bands, yeah. Watch me pull up in the bands, yeah. Caliban, hey. 100 bands, yeah. All the power is in my hands, yeah. All the power is in my hands, yeah. Glocky with the beam, and I never miss. VVS diamonds dancing on my wrist. Heard niggas talking till I split they wig. When I catch a body, add them to the list. I'm the man, I'm the god, I'm the shit. I got beams, I got Glocks, I got hits. I'm the man, I'm the
Saying you like his, you're not saying you don't like his design. You're saying you don't want to look at his legs or something. You
Oh, it's a big
That's
deal.
all I'm saying. Like,
It's a big deal.
so it's nothing to get like out of.
Anyways, all right, let's go.
All right, we in this entire bitch.
Clothing, but okay.
All right, so spoiler warning. This is a fast discussion. Come back in 3 weeks. We doing what? 31 episode, season 3, episode 31 to what 33, I think. So
Yeah, around 33.
somewhere around there. So we're gonna be talking about that. If you ain't read them, you're not Fast Pass gang. I don't know why you here. Do not cry to me in the comments. I'm gonna have a warning in the title, in the description. No spoiler thumbnail, none of that. Don't cry to me. But how y'all doing?
Today is a great day. We're talking about Tower of God. We're spreading that great news.
Yeah.
So let's go. How are you doing, Brother Joey?
I'm alright, man. Out of school, so I'm happier than I was earlier. Talk about F.U.G.
And you're running off that Vinland Saga hype too.
Oh my god! Don't get me started, bro.
You actually passed me. You passed me. I'm not as far as you were. So you actually passed me.
Bro, I read like 100 chapters in a day. I was, oh my god.
Reading stuff has been really refreshing recently. So like adding on top of that with Tower of God and these Fast Pass and Raws is just
My dick's just hard at all times.
at all times.
They hitting. But all right, yo. So 31 starts off, you know, not Bam, Jesus Christ. Yama is in his his form looked crazy. I'm a little upset that he ruined his outfit because he was dripping. Especially
I know
those boots were hard. Those boots were crazy.
Bro, since the point of Yama appearing in the like hot bath and just the towel over his head, like he's just been dripping. He's just been dripping. Everybody else, like we said, all we've been saying is this entire arc of the dog cage and Gato's ugly ass and Corazone's ugly ass is just to get Yama out.
Mm-hmm.
And now with these power-ups, he's really dripping. He really is. And he just said to the elders, just getting started, I'm going to have you shaking.
Yep.
Like, that's crazy.
His design is crazy because y'all remember like back in the day, like the Dragon Ball AF designs and shit.
Exactly.
He reminded me of, like
exactly.
The way it should be though, like raw.
Exactly.
Like, he got a whole fucking exoskeleton around his fucking.
I just love how big
body.
he is as well.
He's like
Because
9 feet, right?
Exactly, and he's like him towering over Bam. I mean, Bam.
Yo, that shit was crazy. Like I know he was bigger, but I was like, wait,
yeah,
what?
he's
like a One Piece character.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he's Roger's height. I think Roger's about 9 feet.
There's no need for Roger.
And that's hilarious because like Rogers and Whitebeard, all these goons out here being like 9-10 feet tall, and then Luffy's out here like normal height,
He's like 5'9".
out here banging heads with them. But
I'm
yeah,
taller than Luffy,
Kind of
nigga.
curvy, like 40 feet tall.
it gave the exact same feeling like when Yama pulled up on Bam, and like with Bam's not newfound confidence, but you know, his new little swagger of like I don't read One Piece as much, but when Luffy was like going head to head with who's Big Mom's like second
Katakuri.
Yeah, Katakuri.
Big dick dog tooth.
Yeah, he was like huge comparative, but they were just banging heads, and I feel like that's how Bam and Yama would go too.
The cool thing about
Especially
that
as
is reach with Luffy doesn't matter because he can kind of stretch, so it
Exactly.
doesn't matter if he'll actually reach you. So he can still box with you. So.
And being a wave controller, like he'll be fine too, and he has endless orbs. So,
but man, I mean, on the topic of Yama, like I didn't think I'd like him like this much at all. Like low key, I'm teetering, you know. I'm trying to switch allegiances to my Slayer. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not ready. Karaka's still out. But I'm on the edge of my seat.
Start of season 2, Bam is like the perfect Slayer for me, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from Yama. So like
Lone
Bam
Wolf.
back at, yeah, exactly, lone wolf, and like I'm protecting something, which he was protecting his friends. So if he went against Fug's orders at the time, at the beginning of season 2, Kun and all of them would have been slaughtered. And that's kind of the same thing I'm getting with Yama. Like, I want to do this by my own. I think he pretty much says with my own hand. Like, I don't care how Doom wanted to do it. Like, right when he went full transformation, well, partially full transformation, he was like, with my own hand. And it just gives me that vibe of beginning of season 2, bam, and that's I gotta rock with it. Until Karaka shows me, we talked about Karaka, his heart being elsewhere, and all of his mysteries and his connection to Jihad and everything. But we'll see where it goes with Yama. We have some stuff to still talk about in this discussion, so I don't even know with Yama.
Yeah.
But how
he's
about you?
delivered on every.
Exactly, he's delivered. It's just this is going to be a really dangerous arc for a lot of characters. I don't think anyone's pretty much off limits aside from maybe Kun because of his new power up.
Yeah.
Go.
Bam, which is Go. I actually do like it, but my boy Rack need to get something too, man.
He getting that spear, dog.
He's
Getting that.
he is, and it's actually getting much better. Like, and his power is much better, kind of comparative to Ghost, like when he first appeared in season 1, and he was
Yeah.
just easily chucking it like and smashing sides of mountains and shit. Like, but everyone else is growing so much more exponentially. Like,
Yeah.
that ancient power is gonna need to start like kicking it,
That's
like clicking
yeah.
more.
That's my biggest issue with him because it's like I feel like we should have had more emphasis on that already. You know what I mean?
I mean that is, I know what you mean, but I feel like ancient powers is kind of something he wants to delve more into in this 3rd season and onward. He kind of already gave us hints at it, but like he never really was, going in. And then once we got to the mirror world and we kind of got more from not Aguero Kun,
Adwan.
Dorn. It was like the whole concept of someone being so powerful that when they die, like power splits off is just interesting because
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder how it's born within them, but we'll see that.
I def agree that it's gonna be expanded on later more. I just meant more so in the fact that like we had such a golden opportunity with Evankel and Rack. Like it was literally right in our face.
Exactly.
Like,
and
bruh,
training
like
and
that's
stuff
such a
like
fucking
that.
tease. Like,
I know,
It's,
but we
it's
don't
so
know.
funny because everyone's just fed up with Rack at this point. Like, come on, we're
Please,
like, please,
bro.
let him.
No one wants to turn their back on him.
I know.
but-
Let him hunt.
exactly.
yeah, let
He's a
him
hunter.
kill some turtles.
But
dog.
I mean, we can continue talking about it, but we don't know once again what the elders' actual goals are. So if he doesn't like they're fighting, right? I don't know if you guys are getting this feeling. They're fighting, but there's no really like murderous intent yet. They're kind of like discussing things at the same time and trying to feel out each other. Like the elder is kind of testing Yama for what happens and what we're gonna discuss later.
Yeah.
And then Yama is kind of just standing his ground. He could have gone full transformation and did this and that already.
And
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this too, to me, with this is like, the elder says he's hard to get a grasp of because I literally don't know what he's up to. But I don't even think he's acting out of F.U.G's world at this point. I think he's doing his own thing. I don't know if you guys got that feeling.
I know what you mean, but I feel like it might be a little bit of F.U.G trusting him because they know this war is about to happen, right?
Okay, that's
and
fair.
like,
They're trusting him to handle it.
exactly. He's
Okay.
just supposed to. That's why he's a blue hole. He's kind of like that guy that doesn't exist. He just gets things done. It's kind of like F.U.G is the organization that doesn't exist on paper, but they have one of the highest influences in the tower under Jihad, obviously.
And on the topic of the blue hole, this kind of brings up something I was talking to. Might have been you actually, like the new hidden tier of power that we're gonna get introduced to.
Yeah, and that's why like the 4th commander, 5th commander, and just this power scaling. I don't want to say it's rendered meaningless, but I think some people have different intentions and like they could power up from the last time they were recorded or was said, etc.
Yeah.
So you never really know what their actual power could be. But continue.
But because like I think Masheni had brought it up first when she captured Hajin Sung about monsters in the tower are kind of like erased from history. We didn't really know about it.
Yeah.
it leads into Bam, and Bam was talking about to Mad Dog, like, listen, you're not raw, but you're the strongest C rank regular. Like on the battlefields
But
that
I'm
Van
not-
Kel sent me
yeah.
to, I was like, there was monsters in there
Yeah.
that didn't even feel like becoming rankers that can throw down. Then you get this guy, he's a blue hole, and we still don't know what's above the Jihad Empire on the 135th floor. So like, this whole hidden tier of power, they could, and now we have these niggas in the wall, like, yo,
These niggas in the wall are gonna be nuts. These men that come out of the wall, I don't even know what's gonna happen because they could have the most ambiguous feelings to them. Like someone could come out of the wall like blank years later and be like, I'm not following nobody's orders.
fuck
I need
this.
revenge on blank right now, and they're gone. Or somebody could be like, oh, you know, let me stretch my legs because they're a monster and they just crave like energy and fighting and growing. Someone could eat souls like White or something and get hungry. Like you just don't know what could happen.
And it's on both sides, right? So
And the
there's-
thing,
yeah.
what I kind of wanted to talk about earlier too with the Elder is like we don't know what his intentions are. So, like since we're talking about the wall and Yama's gonna get transported over there, right? Like we know that he might go over there with more K9 people or Bam, whatever might happen after that, and they might have some clash there. But he could end up being an ally at the end since he's also off the radar of F.U.G, kind of like Bam and some of these Slayer candidates are. That like your goals as a Slayer candidate is to continue, you know, going up the tower and eventually killing Jihad or whatever your other, you know, goals are. And they're kind of like in a stasis. Like some of these Slayers like White, like he's just stuck on this journey with Bam kind of right now, kind of on his coattails with Karaka as well. They're not really going towards their goals. They're kind of getting caught up in tailwinds of other stuff. So the Elder could kind of be putting pieces together. I'm not sure. Like I said, he's confusing.
The most confusing thing about the Elder to me is when he's like talking to himself, he's like, "Oh, Yama's stronger than I thought. How could I make this work?" And then,
but then he'll just flat out say like, "I could, if I wanted to, I could."
And then he says, "No, that's crazy." But he says, "Now that I'm further away from the Slayer candidate, I can see my destiny." So, what does that mean? Is he saying like the closer he is to Bam, since Bam is this such like we know what Bam means to the tower, right?
He's
Obviously.
different.
Yeah, he's
Like
different.
we know
This
he's
is
different.
his story. He can,
And it's like,
yeah.
so like when he says that shit, like obviously like nobody can really essentially like see Bam's path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have like,
Exactly.
especially since they came out of the tower, they don't have no, I guess, like proper understanding of what that would even be. It's like, you know, that's all, you know what I mean? But the fact that he's saying like, oh, I'm away from it now, I can see my destiny. Like, so
He could have powers like a navigator or something, and see paths like you were saying. And Bam is such a wild card. He's such a monkey like wrench, and the gears, like you don't know what could happen. Like he could confuse you by doing something, and then Yama could, you know, overwhelm you from the side or something like that.
Yeah,
it's kind of strange too, because I'm like, it's not like people haven't been able to kind of read him, because Hwaryun does it. It's not like it's impossible, but So and Kel Helm don't seem to be able to, like, whatever. Like, yo, the closer they are to him, they're like, yo, he's throwing off this shit I'm trying to see somehow, which is weird. So
yeah, I wonder if that has to do with that. Like, I mean, maybe with the spell shit. I don't know if it's like one of the enchantments that he had since he was born. You know, I don't know. I don't want to like say something wrong.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know.
But since the Elder uses these paths and these like magic like things to transport, you know what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't be surprised if it's like maybe like if it's like a deeper meaning with that, you know, because we brought they brought up spells again. Obviously, like when this we'll get into it. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Bringing up spells again and shit. So I was curious.
And you
about
know
that.
what's another thing that's interesting too that the elders brought up is he's like, yo, I did not think Yama was this strong. Really and truly, and we still haven't seen him at full power. That was just his left hand. Never forget that. It's just the left hand.
Yeah.
He got the right hand, the legs, whatever else needs to, you know, get coded up. He didn't do all that yet. And he said, yo, your power rivals the first generation Slayers, the ancient gods like Luslak? Like, what? This nigga is a monster. He's a fucking beast.
And then the Elder's like, Yeah, but I'm still gonna beat you, by the way. So it's like,
And
I just-
if I really wanted to, don't play. It's like that's why I'm so interested in ancient powers. Like, what real monsters are out there?
yeah, bro. Like, how can
Ivanka was out here melting like floors.
come in?
She could burn Shinsu. Like-
Literally melting floors, the energy and everything around you. Like an administrator coming down and be like, "Hey,
Hey,
hey,
you're doing too much. It's hot as fuck. Why is it so
This-
hot?
this my floor. If you want to go play with these little toys somewhere else, go do that." Like that's just the craziest thing about Tower of God. Is like someone's having a conflict right on the floor or whatever, and there's just some monster overseeing it. It's kind of like the concept of like God is actually real and just watching, and he just doesn't give a shit because he's, you know, the most powerful thing there is, right? So it's like nothing will rival him. It's like I really wonder, like, if an administrator came down right now, or someone partnered with the floor, like, could they really just stop everything like that was going, the entire conflict that was going on the floor? Is that what their power is at? But
Yeah, I was
We'll see in the future.
saying that in my live reaction because I'm like, obviously not to any irregulars because the rules don't apply to them. They're
it's
like Neo in the
different.
Matrix,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah,
can bend
that's
the world to their.
we've seen what Enryu can do, like literally slaughter one. They are Neo in the Matrix.
And when on the floor of death, when Hell Joe fused with the Red Tereso took away the Shinsu, Bam was like, "We here, like you
Yeah.
know, I'm out here."
And Yurik was like, ahaha, out here wave dashing like Sanji.
You don't even need Shinsu. He's like,
Out here moonwalking like my boy.
on the fucking blood, on the like the administrator's blood. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I'm chilling, hands in his pocket. I'm like, this guy's he's just relaxed. Like he's I can't wait. For
Neo in the Matrix is actually a good analogy, but
Well, I just got back. I said Lord's the best character in the series. Facts.
yeah.
I mean, that's my dude, Young Sleep.
But yeah, it's just like when that administrator came down and like confronted Ivanka, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We never really saw much into it. It was just kind of like a conversation where it was like, you need to cool out. But
And the funniest thing is, Ivanka was like, "Bro, relax. You doing
yeah,
too
it's
much
like,
right
man,
now."
you doing the most, man. It's
Like,
like,
yo,
if I want to murder them, I will do so. Like,
And then he's like, "Okay, Ivanka, let me just transport you out of here," and then just casually just takes this man or woman, whatever, just fucking.
You don't even know
ambiguous
anymore.
character.
That's a-
Ambiguous character, and I love that. I love that shit. Just I don't care. All you
That's
need
my
to be is
queen.
raw.
That's
Exactly.
my
That's
queen,
facts.
bro.
That's
That's
facts.
my queen.
Literally, all you need to be is raw.
I don't
Hey,
care
if
what
got-
you identify as. Rawness.
But
Yeah,
rawness,
shit.
Kyle. Drip swag, word to Kyle. But,
Word to Kyle. To Kyle.
just that back to, I just want to tangent back to this blue hole, and I just wonder what it takes to get off the radar, kind of like that, because I mean the tower is kind of one of those things where it's all seeing. There are, I don't know, navigators and path seers, lighthouses everywhere, so it's kind of like if Jihad and his army and anybody and his commanders want to find you, they can, like. But with these blue holes, they just disappear. They're just gone. I'm like, what the hell?
Wait, I never read this.
What?
This Bam flashback. I didn't see this before.
Which Bam flashback?
When he's talking to this teacher or whatever, and he's like,
Jinso? Or
Nah.
Ivanko?
this Asian guy. I don't know. He's talking. It's a flashback. It's a flashback to a few years ago. He's like, "I taught you everything you know already."
I'm lost.
No idea what he's talking
Bro,
about right now.
check episode 31, because I swear I did not read this until literally right now. Like, is this? I know I'm not tweaking. Like, I know I'm not tweaking, right? Like,
But, yeah, I'll check right now. But anyway,
I'm gonna throw shit off.
nah, you're good. You're good. Talk about another topic right now. Here's why. Find something.
I mean, quickly before we kind of move off of Yama, I wanted to talk about his contrast to his brother
Mm-hmm.
and how they are similar and how they're different, and the similarities and differences.
Both or just him and Doom?
Yeah, I mean, Paul not in the equation.
Paul's so pussy.
He came in with so much swag and just you were just washing
Yo, how you
everybody.
come in? You kill Coon. Literally, like you kill a main character, wash everybody, and we're just like, yeah, this nigga named Paul, he about to be raw.
He's a monster.
And then Yama comes out like, hey, and Paul's like, fuck.
Paul's literally shaking.
Yeah, was like fucking thing. You cannot harm me, nigga. My suit's so tight. Like you can't. What the?
And the funniest shit is, yo, these niggas all making plans off the strength that Yama stays
asleep.
No way you woke Yama up.
Like
literally, like no, you didn't.
Entire plan falls. Like he gets up for a water to piss. This whole plan falls apart. Like I don't understand.
It's an entire coup running around because nobody is wanting to just wake him up and throw the hands. No revenge, none of that shit. Yeah. We need to seal this man. This is crazy.
That shit is funny, but like, yeah, like Doom is just giving out power, and he's like how he wants to kidnap people to protect him, and he just kills them on a whim. But Yamo's a lone wolf that will protect his people, and he never gave them his power. But he said, what did he say again? But at least I never manipulated anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like his biggest issue with his brother was just the fact that he made them disposable and he was brainwashing them.
Yeah.
And like you said, just being manipulative in general. And he's like, I mean, he has the power with his own fists. He's saying to protect the doctor. That's all they need. If you want to become a warrior and gain those powers, you can do that on your own volition and go find that somewhere else if he did. But I feel like he wants to protect his, and with the power that he's showing right now, he damn well can, unless like 5 commanders were to pull up or something and just smash.
He's been training too, man. Like it doesn't seem like Doom cares to train. But you know what? There's a line somewhere. I can't remember, I hope I didn't. I can't remember it verbatim, but it seemed like Yama could also do handout power. He just chose not to.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. I feel like
what?
I feel like that's all. Like he can give out like sources of his power as well, and kind of do the partial transformation for his people.
Like the way Doom could kind of do it.
Exactly, kind of transfer it. I feel like that's if you're a direct descendant of those 3 brothers, like the actual Bay Lords, maybe that's something. I mean, I don't want to say that obviously until he said it fully, but maybe that's something because I mean his partial transformations. Like he can do full transformations. I feel like that's not something everybody could do, or that would be their ace up the sleeve. I thought that's what everyone was gonna do. That's why I was like, oh, I'm not gonna. In the beginning, those partial transformations were hideous, like nasty. Everyone's was nasty.
I was uncomfortable.
I was like, you know, it'll be okay. The full transformations will go crazy, and then we're never getting the level 7 partials. I'm like, what? Why level 7? Just end it at 2 and then go full. But yeah, it seems like Yama, Doom, possibly. We don't know if he can full transform or not.
The only one we know with a complete one is Yama.
Yeah. And
he said it hurts.
Saying this isn't completing, yeah.
But the pain fuels him to keep going. I said this nigga just raw all the way around. Like
monster.
Not a bitch. Not a bitch bone in his body. Not one.
And so just their goals are just complete parallels for sure. They're nothing aligned at all. Like that, I don't know. I don't think him and Doom will really get along again, even if they're brothers. I don't think that means anything to them anymore.
100%. If Kel Helm didn't come up, I think Yama was willing to just take him out. It wasn't worth the trouble or the possibility of him manipulating them again. And also, he doesn't have his fang, whatever that is or what it does. But he doesn't have that yet. So Doom is still waiting on that.
Might help him with his transformations and whatnot, because I do think is pretty strong. I mean, we can talk about that and compare it to Dogs versus Cats now, since we're kind of in the middle of the segment, and Yasaracha.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I mean, it's good enough for me.
Yasaracha,
It's
yeah.
good enough for me.
Anyways, and Doom surviving fighting a commander that is the strongest anima in the tower, right? Like we were talking about. Yeah. So that definitely means Doom isn't any, pushover or whatever.
I put respect on him too, because when Calcon was like, "Hey, yo, like do this for me, or I'll blow your heart up," he's like, "No, fuck you." I'm like, all right, he's not. Like it hurts, but fuck it. He's like, he's gonna take the pain. Nigga just screaming. So
signs of rawness, man. And then you just got Paul out here, knees shaking. Like, come on, bro. Man's got a tight G-string on too. But yeah. I don't know. I wonder how the with Yasuracha comparative to the Bay Lords, because I feel like Yama's a hothead, but we don't know if Yasuracha is bloodthirsty or anything like that. As far as we've seen, he's just been chilling.
I don't know.
If he got them teeth, he bloodthirsty.
I don't know if he's. I don't know if I think he's a hothead.
I think he's gonna be more calculated.
I think he is low key like that, because even when Bam pulled up to him, and he was kind of doing the most kind of like flex, like I'm not scared kind of thing. Yeah. He's like, all right, relax. And even when he was asking what to do, he already knew what they came there to do. He was just kind of like testing them to see how they were going to present the information to him. Mm-hmm. Even to the point when they were laughing at him when he said something. I can't remember what he said. They all started dying of laughter, and I was like, listen, you want my help to go get Caliban? I ain't doing it until Dang Dang comes and participates in this festival. I'm like, this guy is on his P's and Q's. He knows what he's doing. He's not an idiot in any sense. So, but in this scenario, he's just by himself. Like, he's gotta literally fight for his life. Like, nothing else he can really do. Cause like, remember how I was saying there's no tension?
Yeah.
Starting to feel it. It's here now.
You're really starting to feel it. Like,
now.
And that's why it's just like the Hell Train, right? Like, Hell Train was going on forever. Everyone was complaining. It was so boring. You're stuck on this train. When are we actually gonna get to hell?
Go.
The greatest saga of all time.
And do you see how worth it is to just wait for the slow burn? Sometimes it's nasty in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. The dog cage was ugly, but I didn't think it was bad. The dialogue was good. It was fitting. It was kind of interesting to see like Bam's new personality. I wouldn't say he's different, but he's more confident. I don't know. I feel like he's just smoother with everything. He was legitimately telling people, I'm stronger than you. Get out of my way. Like, I am not playing right now. And it was just crushing souls. Exactly. And it was like crushing people's souls. And it's kind of like also giving him the upper hand in the situation, because then they get like out of control and they try and go their full strength and I'll show you, and then he'll just slight hand you to the side and then just wave explosion you in the chest, and you're up against the wall.
Came talking so much shit. I'm like, you're not Raw. And Bam literally dismissed him with a casual wave of his hand and slapped the fuck out of him. I'm like, bro,
like, and
fucking Wool, the guy with the snake guy.
Yeah.
He was
he had the hair in his hair.
I hate him. He's the worst.
He's a dork because we already have a snake character in the series and he's a monster and he's scary. But anyways, I really need to see him. But anyway.
We have a snake character?
And Andros's servant, the one that follows her and murders everybody.
Remember the sword enemy shit too. Remember that? Yeah.
We're not getting it. I promise you, the sworn enemy stuff and the mirror, like it gives me nightmares. I still think about those characters. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that now. We're gonna continue with this. And yeah, Yama, he's a hothead, but he knows when the situation is like that. Bam, water, cool. Everything is kind of coming into place on how he's going to be. I kind of can tell the type of character he's going to become, and he's going to be a strong leader for sure.
It's about time. He's horrible.
Yeah, and he's going to pick up pieces here and there. Like his water plus water dragon moves, like I think it's really fitting for his orb and his powers and how fluid he is as a character and how he's always changing. And how he's really adaptive.
And
but
the sea could be calm and beautiful, but just like that, it could be a raging storm and it could kill you.
Exactly. And I'm interested in seeing, and we've seen how Caliban's personality was in the beginning. and how that monster is looking now, and how we can talk about that later. And I'm kind of interested in seeing like another commander and how his personality is gonna be, and how he got to the top of the tower, and how he became. It's just I love introduction to these new big, characters because they come with their backstories and they come with their monsters and their demons and their allies and like Yasaracha's servant, the one with the all gold armor and the spikes. I didn't care to learn his name yet. Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, he looks like he's up to no good already too.
Yeah.
Slide eyeing and whatnot. But we'll see what his actual, intentions and stuff are, and if he actually means that, because he looking at a monster. Yum ain't no bitch. But
that being said,
yeah.
Let's just like, I guess we could talk about the BAM stuff real quick, just because it's happening. His cutlery, I don't know why they called it that. I'm like, why'd you guys call it cutlery?
I know cutlery is funny, but it does slice, so
I guess. But yeah, his activated the Thor and it actually went to its second level, and I'm trying to wonder what this shit would look like when it's fully transformed, and like, is he gonna have administrative powers where you can just be like no Shinsu for anyone? Like, what the fuck is he about to be doing?
He's gonna remember the Colossal Soul.
Yep.
That shit gonna fucking like. I feel like it's gonna take like what's the word?
I don't know. The Colossal Soul might be in there for White's character development. I still think that that's something he's gonna try and get out of Bam himself. It could be something that comes to Bam in the future, but I don't know with this inner sword and the power. I don't know if that's something that's really gonna be useful to, like with how his powers are going as a wave controller, and how his partial transformations and full transformations possibly are gonna go for the Red Teresa.
Well, we seen him use an attack.
Yeah, I know.
He
During
like-
the test.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like right now with the Gallic gun shit. Right
Oh,
now, like,
I'm talking
like-
about the sword and the Colossal
He took
Soul.
off fucking.
no, I mean he had the
Dude's
sword
leg.
out though technically, but he shot it out as a thing. You feel me? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So even though it is like a sword, it could still be. You feel me? Like type shit. 'Cause that nigga still got retarded Shinsu.
He has a lot, and he has endless now.
Yeah, endless Shinsu.
He literally has
Fuck.
loops that he can do, and he can create endless loops and slice and dice you to create like just any space that he wants, and then he can endless orb your ass too. But yeah,
It's so big, bro. It's just crazy.
it's huge, and he's just a monster. I love him. But continue, Hems.
Oh yeah, I mean like this thing is really dangerous. Because I think the one thing that stood out to me when it cut off his leg and even wounded him. I know some people in my Discord were upset. I'm like, this is the only thing that ever hurt Yuri. Yuri's
Yeah.
a monster too, right?
Yeah.
Nothing has really pierced her skin or cut her up to Karaka's world of darkness and trying to send her damage back at her and all kinds of stuff. She be
Exactly.
Gucci. When
And also,
Helljo-
how do you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When Helljo kind of sliced her, it like he's like, oh, drew blood. I said, oh shit.
Yeah, that's just what I want to ask. Like, do you think with these tools being handed out, like, it's clearly a really strong kind of parasite, and Yurik just, kind of caged it and then gave it back out, and Helljo got his hands on it and consumed it and kind of changed into, but it like corrupted Helljo. Do you think with Bam over time, it's gonna kind of be like his demon in the beginning, trying to convince him? Like once he starts to change his transformations, it's gonna start kind of talking to him, kind of like a demons inside Toriko type of thing. What's y'all's input on that?
I had this conversation with him the other day. I think fucking
Show me
because
that
somebody,
picture.
yeah, because somebody in the raw chat had sent a picture of like Bam with the red Thrissa silhouette, like with the soul silhouette around him, and like a picture from early on when he first had the colossal soul. And he was saying like, now I know it could just be showing like the whatever, like the Thrissa or whatever, but he says if you look based on the design, it looks as if like the souls have like combined somehow, whether one whether one ate another one or whatever, but they looked like they were like a combined unit essentially. What like in the design itself, you feel me?
Yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about.
So
It's just
yeah.
weird because of his horns. I mean, and like having one administrator and one is the red Thrissa. Like, I just wonder how they're gonna coincide. And like if it's something he has to wake up at different times, or if he can kind of like him said manipulate it at the same time. So he's like powering up with partials, and then he's like shutting off kind of Shinsu flows for people with his administrative. It's just gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
And if we,
But
my bad. No, I was gonna say, and if we like, we haven't seen much of them since, but we do know they have personalities. Just like with Toriko's demons, like when we first seen the Colossal Soul, he was trying to tempt Bam. Obviously,
Yeah,
to get into the
exactly.
power. Then
Yeah.
when and just like you said, like we know the Red Thrissa had corrupted Hell Joe, and when Hell Joe was fighting Bam, this nigga looked inside Bam and was like, oh shit, that
Yeah.
Colossal Soul, like was good.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
clearly, like they both. So there's personalities inside Bam, obviously, and this nigga absorbs everything. So I wonder if they're gonna be more likely to secede to him rather than him secede to them, essentially.
And that's kind of something I've always thought about too, because I've always had this feeling of like Bam being a weapon. I mean, like, and not just literally a weapon, like just the way he is and absorbing things and kind of using them to his own arsenal. And like, but he still kind of gives them a purpose within them. Like, he doesn't just absorb them, he just absorbs that power, and then they're just one with him. They kind of still have their own personalities, kind of like when Yuri was using the monthly series weapons, and they were kind of talking to her and kind of running her mad. And that's why I was asking you guys, like, if he absorbs something that's kind of too overwhelming for him, like maybe in the future, maybe with this transformation, whatever we may see in the future, like could it try and, I don't know, take over him, kind of like with Hell Joe, or is he just an irregular, so it's different for that bastard?
that's the route I'm gonna go. I'm going down. I see he wants to put some type of drawback or limitation on this. I think he'd have done it by now. I don't think he's going to with Bam.
I know what you mean, but
I think Heljo just couldn't handle it. It was too much for him, right? Because even after the fact, he didn't want to climb no more. He's like, yo, I'm just out, man. And after Urek was like, yo, Gus dang, fuck it, erase everyone's memory, and he cut, right? With Bam, I don't think it's strong enough to kind of take him over, even if it tries to tempt him. I don't think it's gonna happen. I wouldn't be surprised, but
yeah, I know what you mean. But why I'm saying this is because we know there's literally people in the tower that have gone crazy over power, and they are like some of the strongest high rankers to exist. I know irregulars are completely different. We talk about this, but I don't think that's kind of off the table. That power corruption. I think it's something that might happen to Rachel as well. I mean, that's a random tangent because we haven't really seen her in a grip.
yeah.
But like with her Manta, I think there's gonna be stuff that has its own. I don't know how to say it. Not goals, because I don't know if they think for themselves like that, unless they're talking to the person that they control, like or reside within, like Bam, when he's having a conversation with his administrator or with fucking Red Thrissa stuff. But it'll be interesting, man.
Yeah. But that's like, but he's got a lot of shit inside of him. He's about to get the essence.
Yeah.
He's gonna be wild.
Shut the hell up. That'll be
He's gonna
nasty.
be shuffling through his inventory, bro. Just be like,
Since you want to talk,
I'm gonna equip this and this today.
That would be nuts. He's just like, you know what? Looking back at all these motherfuckers I murdered using their
I think
trophies.
it's kind of crazy though, in a sense where it's like, it's as monstrous as he is, like, it's not enough. It's really not enough. Like, it's not.
It's not. And why, like, this transformation stuff is kind of interesting me. Like, there's a monster that resides within Jihad as well, which we don't know about, but we know he has a scary transformation.
Oh, that
too.
shit that made them go crazy when they were
Yeah,
in the floor.
yeah, and that's why I'm asking you guys these things. There are things that kind of like are the I don't know, they're just shadows in the tower. You don't know exactly what they are. We don't know where they came from. Why the fuck does something like the Red Thrissa, why does a parasite like that's that powerful, exist? Like, is it a piece from the ancient one? Is it a piece from some dark art stuff? We're getting more into spells and whatnot, like you guys were talking about earlier. There's just so many gray areas. And that's why I ask you guys, because Wang Nan might have a transformation as well. We've never gotten insight to his horns like that, but we know it's not just there for no reason.
He's
and
Soul Edge now too.
Exactly.
So
And he he's gonna oh, you know what I would love? A random thing that we're not really gonna talk about, but like an arc for just Wangnan, like next season or something. That'd be
that'd be awesome.
kind of like when we started season 2. And we kind of we're just from his perspective, not like Bam is there too. But anyways,
From my understanding, like they don't like when Bam's not around.
no,
Because
yeah.
he always apologizes in the blog post when he's not in 62 panels. So I don't know.
I'm not surprised. I know his fan base.
Well, I mean, on the topic of like just like the artwork and the fight with him and with Yaba and the Elder, this is crazy. This is the
Crazy.
craziest fight we've seen so far, in my opinion. I guess barring a Van Kel kind of is going a little bit wild.
But
but
that
I
wasn't really he wasn't really banging he wasn't really banging heads with anybody at the
Yeah.
time, you know. It was just kind of like clearing space. Like I posted those panels a while ago,
AOE.
like the wailing orbs and whatnot. It was just kind of like back up, this is my territory, flexing your guns, you know. So I agree with you 100% because literally like had an entire tree bigger than a tree, like a skyscraper growing out of the
Bigger
side
than
of
the
the dog
cage.
cage. Yeah.
And like
And Yama was knuckle busting that.
yeah, and I always say like, well, one thing he's been so good at no matter what is showing you how crazy this shit is when he zooms out to show you like, yo, see that little dot? That's Yama. This is this fucking tree.
Yeah.
Like he's going
Like
in.
these and he's still, this elder's still saying, if I were serious, I would beat you. That's crazy. Because
Massacre
he's-
Lightstorm, I love that panel. Just all the fucking swords, like
Yeah, that was beautiful.
that shit is just going crazy. His
I
arrows,
love the arrow, his arrow being wrapped in the Shinsu path changing arrows from his assistant. I forget her name.
so
Yeah. I love that. That arrow was beautiful looking, though, and it
Bro.
transported Yama. And I want to talk about that whenever you're ready for the wall.
I am ready.
All right. Well, we can segment over into when he wraps those arrows and transfers Yama.
Yep.
Do you think that like he's actually gonna go round up everybody that's fighting and whatnot? Because he's clearly, aside from Yama, there, I think he's the strongest person in the area.
I actually do think he's stronger than the Vago, for sure.
Yeah, I
Hold on. Actually, no, we'll get into that later. Go ahead.
think, but yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it, but I think, I don't know. That's just me. Anyways, so do you think he'll go explain to them what's actually about to happen, and they'll kind of have a conversation, and then Yama will have his entire story going on the other side of the wall, and then once they transport over, it'll be the clash? Or do you think there's going to be a bunch of other stuff that leads up into that? Because he sent Yama solo dolo. He said, I see something in you, you're a monster. And I don't know, he says he can see futures and whatnot, right? And he can see his own paths and whatnot. Shouldn't he know that there's not only the 5th commander there, but also the 4th? Like, the 4th is lurking? Lurking, son?
He even said good luck.
Yeah?
Like, I don't know what this guy is up to. I really don't. And it's just crazy because, like, first of all, I know he can teleport people, but it seems with Soul's help, he can teleport them a great distance. With
Yeah.
that arrow. So, like, I don't know where this thing is, but it can't be anywhere near the cage. Like, he is somewhere completely different than the tower right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because if Caliban was anywhere near the cage right now, I feel like that would be way too dangerous for Bam.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, man, that guy's dangerous. I don't know. Like I feel like if he was gonna do that, why didn't he just try talking in the first place? Like a lot of these people are literally F.U.G. Like, what's good with him? So I don't think he's gonna talk to anybody.
I don't think he meant to do that to Yama in the first place. I think that's why, like you were talking about earlier, when he was like, he's actually stronger than I thought he was.
First generation.
Then he was like, okay. I think then he was like sending some crazy attacks towards him to see what he was, what he could do towards it,
Yeah.
and how like Yama would react. And then he sent him. I don't know if he knows that Caliban is there too, which is really, really scary. But yes, Racha's gonna have his hands full as well, because I don't think he's just gonna get rid of. If it's just those two, it's gonna be crazy. If it's 4th and 5th commander, it's gonna be a wash. I don't care what happens. There's no way with those two commanders there he could fight back.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
My bad. I had to switch to my phone. I'm about to drive. I want to make sure you can hear me.
But yeah, what did you want to talk about earlier, Joey?
Okay, listen. When I was like letting this like little dog shit like stack for a little bit, I had niggas telling me like, yo, this man Yama's stronger than the Van Count. I was like, bruh, that's crazy. Crazy. That's crazy. I gotta read this. Now I thought that's what you just said, that Yama's stronger than the Van Count right now.
No.
Okay, I was about to say
Helen.
Okay, yeah.
No, I think Ivankel is a monster. Ivankel
I was
is a
gonna say
monster.
we have no reason to think that anybody's like
once you tap into your ancient powers like that, I think you just become one of the elites. Once you can toss around ancient powers like that, because I feel like we'll get more of an explanation obviously on it, and this is all speculation, but I feel like you're kind of tapping a power source that doesn't drain you as much, so you can send out attacks like Calhelm is doing without really stressing. Because he's saying this isn't full power, and he's only saying if he went full power, he would just get tired, and then he would be able to recover a couple of days. But there's gonna be an entire conflict going on
that
he knows.
No smoke with a Van Count. Nigga sent him across the world. That nigga across the world, God.
Like, it's just crazy, man.
But in regards to what you said about taking over the walls, do you guys feel like there's like, you know how he likes to like, I guess words retcon or like kind of change like, origin stories?
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna see any soldiers in that wall that have been mentioned in the past previously? Like, I'm not obviously saying like no fucking like, not imagine like Enryu in there type shit. Obviously not.
All right, buddy. Yeah, obvious. That would be so type shit right there.
And you slapping the Goofy out of job.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, just like, I don't know.
He said Henry slapping the Goofy out of the man.
Yo,
He's really pulling up to this man asleep in his goddamn sarcophagus right now. But no, there are gonna be. I think that Machete wouldn't reference those hidden monsters and those hidden beings without kind of knowing that they might come up, soon. Because obviously Jin Sung is a knowledgeable person, so he knows who elders are and stuff like that. He knows there are people that are off the grid, some real secret monsters. He's a secret monster himself, technically.
Yeah. No, yeah. People think he's dead.
So when her saying that to him, I feel like she knows about the wall being destroyed. That's a declaration of war, right? So like she knows some scary motherfuckers about to come out of that hole, man. I mean, nobody comparative to Enryu, obviously, but some.
No, of course not.
Some real beasts, and I mean, if they help out that boy Bam,
that's the craziest shit to me, man. They got motherfuckers in these walls. Fuck around, got Amort in there and shit.
Bro, the thing is, like, I wonder what kind of power, because we saw, I mean, this is kind of going back, but when the priests, and I forgot his name, but he also, he had the blinding light. Eyes. Yeah, Charlie. When we first saw them and the priests and stuff, such a disappointment. All of them kind of get their declarations and whatnot. They were kind of an introduction to a new power. Like, it was more creative ways of using Shinsu, right? Like binding people in a wall, like some real monsters that has to show you that this is a sign of peace, right? This is a treaty. They might have done some crazy buku shit back in the day, and they were like, hey, you're a war criminal, right? But we're going to contract you out because F.U.G is doing blank, blank, and blank, and we don't want to get our hands dirty like that right now. So go take care of that business or whatever. And, like, Caliban and whatnot is getting ready for whatever. But the thing is, if Caliban's breaking them out of that wall and destroying it and kind of showing that war is about to begin, does that mean that he's confident he could beat everybody in that wall if they were to talk back to him? You know what I mean?
I mean, he doesn't.
With his arm restricted?
He doesn't look like a guy who really understands the concept of fear. So I don't know.
That is true. I mean,
yeah, bro. That Caliban that we seen in that picture, like, I don't want to use the term desperate, but that boy looking like
desperate. No.
Yeah, like
That boy
No,
looking
there's-
at like he's at his wits end, like he really about to just
There's
hug out on
that
anybody,
panel of him sitting down with a hole in his chest, stressed, not even thinking like, bro, I just almost died to one of the greatest martial artists in the world. I failed my damn mission.
bro.
That's it. That's all that's going through his head. You gotta wait?
This is like when you know you're getting ass whooping when you go home. When you're on the bus, you're
exactly.
like, fuck, I'm about to whoop my ass.
Exactly. Exactly. Jihad is about to put a demon in my head.
Fuck, I boofed. Damn,
Yep.
think about to send me in the war, God. Shit.
Bro, dead ass. And you, this is what I have to jump into this right now. Do you think, I don't think he put that restraint on himself. I think he saw Jihad.
Wait, what? What restraint?
His arm restraint.
One of his arms are tied behind his back in a cloth that has like the symbol on it.
It has Jihad's eye. I don't think he did that to himself.
I thought it was just like a little design thing. I don't look at that as being a fucking.
It's
did
a
they say that? I'm
restraint.
sorry,
That's why I think
must have read that shit cooked. So like,
well,
restraining power.
they didn't say that at all. No one they haven't talked about it. That's just all he said. He was talking to himself at that time. He wasn't really he's all gone off the bridge, bro. He's flown over the cuckoo's nest. He is
What was he saying
out
to
of it.
himself? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember that. I just read it too, but
He was talking something about
He was
like
saying
how
the walls
dark
of peace and
times are
harmony.
coming. Yeah.
oh yes,
Harmony
yes, yes.
only seeds chaos and cannot bring peace. Those who oppose the King Jihad's will have created a foolish name for a wall. I want to destroy this wall soon.
That's why we know that's a declaration of war. But they didn't mention the arm restraint at all. But we know it's clearly his arm is behind his back and it's tied. We know what he just went through. We see the desperation in his eyes. We see the hair, disgruntled look, everything. Man's in the full, I know you hate the shorts, but it just gives him full mobility. He might kick somebody in the neck, you know what I'm saying? He might whop him, boy. He's ready for war, bro. I'm telling you, that's why he's so scary.
If there's a random pickup game, he's ready. His shorts are already on.
I'm telling you, me and Hemmings were having this conversation. Like, Hemmings, I get it. Bam is irregular. He's a monster. But if Bam, I don't think this is anywhere near the dog cage, and I don't think Bam will be in that area. I think this is kind of something that Yama and the Elder and a couple K9 people, possibly like Corazon or something, and Doom will handle, and then Bam and them will have their kind of whatever conflict is going on near the dog cage and trying to find Yama and figure things out. But if they were to run into Caliban right now, I don't think Bam would survive, even if he went. He tried to go. What's up?
So wait, do y'all think it's a possibility that like this nigga's arm is just donezo though, or not?
Why would his arm be done? It didn't get injured.
Nah, right? I don't remember.
No,
it was Hajin Sung who he crushed his hands.
Yeah, he used his transcendent skill, which is the super explosive punch of the atomic bomb, and he was mashing Jin Sung's arms and shit.
No, I remember that.
Exactly. So that only and he was using an endless Shinsu to keep himself alive at the moment, anyways. So
that's so retarded. That's so retarded, bro.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
But so I don't think, I'm telling you, that's punishment, and I don't think he did it to him. I want to say I did think that initially he did it to himself, kind of I failed my mission, but now I'm thinking like, why would you do that to yourself?
He wouldn't hit
if your goal is to, like, if you were to see Bam right now and Bam and Ivankel and Hansung all at the same time, and you want to kill Bam, and you have to fight all three, and you're restrained, and there's no way you can get out, because I think that's a tight bond.
I mean, he was kind of doing what he needed to do against Ivankel, anyways. And Yuri.
No, I'm talking about with the restraint. I know what you mean. I don't know. I feel like
it's hard to read because CU has been a little inconsistent with some of these things, but I do truly believe Caliban is a fucking monster. He is a monster.
Yeah,
He
bro.
should
He
he
fought
should beat
He
the
was
goofy
fought.
out
He
of him.
fought Jinsung. He was going goofy with Jinsung. Let's just be
Yeah,
honest.
bro, literally. And then like after that, nigga tanked attack. He tanked Yuri's
And he
attack,
was
bro.
and he was still
Like, literally,
talking
like-
to Ivanka like, get out of my face.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I'm
He was like,
not
Ivanka,
playing.
hold up. I don't know who you talking to. Yuri, excuse me. Watch your attack not doing nothing to me. Sorry.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
like,
Yeah, Yuri was like, it was like, be quiet.
like,
Prison,
what?
we get it, but like, unless you're a doy, like, don't talk to me right now. Excuse me.
I'm only fucking with the ancients right now, faggot.
Exactly. But I don't know. I want to say it was Hisa Jihad. I think Jihad might. He might be awake.
I think he's awake now.
He saw
Nah,
Bam.
he
That
got
memory.
away, God.
The memory of Bam got to him, and it really pissed him. It really pissed him off. And I think that's if we get the frost back of like it won't be Jihad's face, but just Jihad like sitting on a
Talking to
throne
Harleen?
talking to no, not that. That would be crazy too. But talking to Caliban like on some I'm
okay.
pissed at you type shit.
He's like,
Go
he's
get the
like,
job
he's like,
done.
beat him with one hand.
Yeah. Like I might. Oh
This
my
is
god.
your fate, Caliban.
I might go crazy. I'm just so excited because I love war arcs, but I love when a lot of things are threshed out and all the points meet at one central thing. And it's not like the tower is so huge and it's expanded on that like we're not just on one floor and like it's just a giant war and you just see a bunch of people fighting in separate sides. It's like, where the hell is the wall at? Where's the dog cage
Yeah,
at?
what the
Like,
fuck? Yeah,
like,
yo.
where did you send him, you goofy? You just sending people here and there. You don't even care. You're just making your plans go.
That shit's
Like,
crazy.
is
Nigga
his
said-
entire thing is he needs to talk directly to Bam? Like, what? We don't even know.
Bro, now we gotta have two. That's the craziest thing to me. Like, so you telling me that Yama gonna fuck around, get mad, fuck around, bust a hole open in his wall, and then we gonna have 40 niggas with Yaz Racha? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
The colossal tires coming out the wall, bro.
yeah, like, bro, what the fuck? What you mean, bro? Like, oh god.
But it's really looking goofy out here, my guys. It really is. These fast passes are really keeping me. I mean, at first, like I know Joey doesn't care, but I know you're a little skeptical with catching up and like people spoiling you was kind of one of your biggest
I mean, I'm fast pass gang now
gripes.
forever.
But yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like once you kind of get this insight though, and how quickly this arc is moving, and I think how quickly things are gonna move on from here on out in the story in general, from whatever how many more seasons we get, like. I need that fast pass. I need everything.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
it. I need it.
100%.
I need the information. If I'm getting as long as I have HD scans, high quality scans, I'm straight. I'll read the translation on the side and I'll scroll on my computer screen. I'm just loving how this war is. I don't even think we've reached anywhere near the climax of this war yet. And then we're gonna have an outro to the war too, whatever the pieces that are being picked up after are.
My nigga, this all this shit happened. Everything that's going on right now literally happened because this nigga Bam went to the data floor, bro. Got what he had to do. Jihad's after him, but it was like, I remember killing you, God. Hold up.
I already killed you.
And then this nigga's like, shit,
Ragdolled
when you wake up in 1,000 years, I ain't do shit. Here's 3 orders. And now within these 3 orders, the whole story has changed from 3 orders.
The entire
like,
story,
like,
the entire world.
Yeah, like season 3.
Everyone stopped doing what they were doing. Everyone had these side plans and shit. People were on hidden floors. Hansung was chilling on his own hidden floor that he had a contract with. And everyone stopped what they were doing because one man spoke.
Nigga,
man.
Charlie's like, hey guy, like, so how shit go around here? Like, oh, not much to be honest. Niggas clean up and shit. You know, he do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't be loud and shit, cause y'all sleeping. And then like, niggas look to the left. You got a whole order on the screen. Charlie like, oh, what's that? This nigga start wilding out like, nigga, what? It's been 1,000 years. You mean, nigga? Like, yo, wait, what?
My food is here. I'll be back, boys.
Like, bro, I'm sorry. I just.
No, but for real though, Charlie's like, hey man, like new job, you know, I'm new here. Hey guys.
New job, who this? Nigga, no.
Orientation.
No. You better fight the regular God.
They're like, yeah, we gotta either kill everyone on the hell train. You gotta take care of the Pobedal family and or.
Like, bro, yo, for real.
Day one.
And then that's the crazy thing too. Another thing to me, like, not to like take away from the chapter that we're speaking about, This nigga Jihad said, "No, we gotta get rid of this family entirely." And this, you know what this nigga Gustang said? Nigga just said, "I bet." Like that was it. That was it. It wasn't no like, "Oh fuck, Jihad, fuck." This nigga's like, "Okay,
We got it.
you got it. I got some experiments of my own. Niggas call me Dr. Vegapunk, nigga."
You forgot. You must have forgot who was the first person to ever record that Shinsu existed. Like there's some shit around us. I'm smart.
Nigga, you see the glasses for a reason.
He looked at Rachel and cured her of AIDS. Like he different.
Bro, that's crazy.
He is different.
And he got casually introduced during the fucking
The workshop. He just chilling.
during the workshop, yes, bro. Casually chilling on his fucking Mobius chair. Like, dog, you can't do that to me, bro. You're too wavy for the series, bro.
Yeah, he's absolutely 100% raw. And he's like,
On the real though, real quick.
But
In regards to the people in the in the wall right now, do you think? I mean, obviously, I assume it'd be a mixture. But do you think there'd be anything that was like more biased? Like, let's say like there's a specific amount of family heads that might have got exiled, right, or something. Let's say a specific family tried to, you know, what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying there's a whole 11 secret family. I'm saying, do you think there's more types of people that are like more like, I guess, assumed to be trapped within the walls? You know what I mean? Like,
that'd be interesting. Like another race or something maybe.
yeah, like just how like, you know, we had the like the cursed people, like Akka and the other, like they're all part of the cursed people, or I think it's the cursed people, right?
Something like that.
So I forgot what it was called.
It's been so long since I've revisited that part of Tower of God. I'm actually finna do a reread like soon because it's time.
Nah, yeah,
Long
exactly. So imagine it's, you know what I'm trying to say, if it's something like within those escapes, you feel me? Like I wonder, because these niggas just casually dropped, oh yeah, the wall of peaceful coexistence, and there's mad niggas in here. Oh yeah, and they're all crazy. What?
And on both sides, there's people in Jihad's
Yeah.
army and people from F.U.G.
Like, bro, what the fuck? What happened? Niggas was wilding, and Pentamin was like, you know what? Hold up. Shibaku Tensai, y'all niggas wilding. Like, niggas trying to sleep. You feel me? Like, that's just so nutty to me, bro.
It really would be kind of interesting if there was an 11th family. I don't think so, because I think the journey was the 10 great warriors.
Yeah,
so,
it was a 10 in the thing, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but if there was like someone that they tried to erase from history, like an 11th
imagine
family,
that was like V's lineage type shit, yo.
I
Oh,
wouldn't.
yo.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised. That'd be cool. I'll be okay with it. So
Nah, I would kind of fuck with that high key, not gonna lie. But I don't want to see like no Bam's ancestors. I'm good on that. I just, although technically he threw V's ancestors, of course.
V,
but,
I mean,
you know-
Arlene's in the tower, so
Nah, yeah.
Actually.
So I guess you know, you know what? That's a possibility, man. To be honest,
That's wild.
But it's just, but I'm confused. Not confused. I'm curious. Like, I mean, I don't want to say this too early, but like, what the fuck is gonna happen with Yama after all this shit's done?
I'm scared for him, actually. I think he's legitimately in danger. This is kind of
Like
how
we
we're
were,
going to see.
like
his
we were
entire
talking about that
showcase.
tension earlier. Like I legitimately am
Because if
scared
the
for a lot of
If the dog
characters.
cage goes right, let's say the dog cage goes like Doom and these niggas die and the canine people are done, and we know he's a lone wolf. Like he's not gonna tag along with Bam. But what the fuck is he gonna like? You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
He might be affiliated with Bam. Like I think
Yeah,
he'll
I
be
think so,
he'll
too,
be a
low-key.
huge piece for him. Like later on, like he could kind of
just like
get
how like Evangeline,
like a general consensus on like all like big slayers, right? Like let's say like he's a big slayer, obviously Bam himself.
yeah.
White is a huge slayer. Yama, Karaka, from what we've seen, right? Candidates at
They're
least.
supposed to be all. Well, Bam's the only candidate. The rest of them
Yeah,
are
there are slayers. Yeah.
Because
But low-key,
White's
they're gonna
the
make
second
their own
generation.
faction. They're gonna make their own faction, or like I shouldn't.
Oh,
I
the
don't
subsection?
think they'll work. Yeah, I don't think they'll work directly together. But in the future, if Bam shows that he's clearly the strongest out of all of them, which he is, like if he needs help or something, they'll kind of, because like I told you, and like we've talked about Hemmings, everybody connected to Bam that follows him around at the end of the day is using him. I still think that's still a conclusion that I've come to. It may be like for bad things, for good things, we don't know. But a lot of people are kind of lackadaisical around him because they know how strong he is and how effective he is to getting towards their goals. And
In that, one of the stances that I had, I kind of changed where I felt like, I mean, just to a certain degree, was like, there's definitely rankers who got carried. They're like,
For sure.
they're not that, they're not all raw.
Yeah, exactly.
So I could kind of see that. But the thing about his party is his party should be really competent with a direct family. You got some Jihad princesses, a dummy princess. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say a lot of them are crutching on him, but a lot of them are. A lot of them are for sure.
I'm not so like I get what you're saying with that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying they're trying to get to their goals.
Yeah,
so
yeah, like we talk about the Huarun thing. Like she doesn't baby. She's the only person who doesn't baby him, but she definitely is like, you're my slave for a reason.
Yeah, and Kun from the beginning, he's seen how strong he's been.
But I think Kun and Arakan are literally his friends. I don't think they're using him at all.
No, yeah, they are. They are.
Those are the only two I would.
That nigga Kun said Bam is the light of his world. Like,
yeah, that nigga's obsessed.
Said,
and then like I forget what the pink haired, she sleeps on a pillow. I forget her name and what family. Yeah, Cherry and her.
Family. That's Missy.
Yeah, using him for her goals and meeting her goal and all that shit. Like it's just I don't know. It's weird. So we'll see. We'll see if people see if any of these slayers like see shit and Bam and they want to fucking faction up or help out or whatever. You never know what like influence Bam. He's out here talking. Doom is out here murdering his own, people. He doesn't care. But then Bam comes up and talks to him, and he's listening. It's like Bam just has that swagger, that charisma.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I'm gonna help you, and he did it. And he broke the curse on his heart, and he killed Godot. Thank God. Get rid of you.
That's what I'm saying.
That nigga was so trash.
Like I put this Steven name like we don't care. Like I really like he was talking like dang Louis my real son.
Yeah,
like, bro,
nah,
shut up,
like,
no one cares.
We didn't like. I don't even like. I think we got like 3 panels of Louis. Keep it stacked.
Here's the thing, right? Here's one of the things I don't like what he does, right? If Louis and Dang one of them get saved or something, they end up becoming a part of the group or some degree and helpful. Fine, totally fine. I hate when he has these backstories for these characters we don't care about and they have no bearing on the overall story. Like in the last station with the guy in the wheelchair, we don't care about your story
we
at
really
all.
don't care.
Why?
We've owned this station for centuries, and the kids are like, we have to open the door. It's like these motherfuckers are about to die. They're having some internal family shit about opening the fucking doors or not. Like nobody cares. They're here. They will break them shits open. They will destroy the whole station if they need to. Do you see who's here? This is the 4th commander of the fucking Jihad army. Like what do you? I don't care what you're talking about.
When you guys didn't want to climb anymore, I'm like, bro, are you serious?
And then Levy's like, I'm up to no good in the station, and we're like, shut up with you too. You're not even fucking raw.
Oh my God.
I am the strongest D class. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh God, that was such.
But it's kind of
not hit.
It's kind of satirical in itself. Whenever, like you said, like people are like, I am the strongest blank class. To Bam, it means fucking nothing.
Yeah.
It's like Saitama in One Punch Man, right? Like, it's like I am blank S tier, God tier. This is devil, blah blah blah. Unless you're actually like an elder or an ancient one or a high ranker that's actually had some feats and done some shit and has a purpose, I don't care about you. Like you're probably not gonna bang hands.
I'm taking everybody by case scenario at this point.
Exactly.
Like, and they got to prove it to me. Like
you said, they
certified blue hole.
Oh, he's a monster. He's a monster.
And
like you said, people could have used other people to get to their own gains and shit, and then gotten their rank up to that. We don't even know like who gives you really this rank, and like do you reach some certain point and then you have to take a test? We haven't even gotten back to tests and shit like that. So
I assume it's the ranking administration office. Some people like, what is the actual process? Like, welcome to the you made the climb. Here you go. This
exactly,
is the
and like them following you and
because even with the princesses, only exceptional princesses when they finish their climb get rewarded with the 13-month series. So it's like, how does that process work? Like Yuri, you were out here. You know what I'm saying? Here's a Black March. Like, how does that work?
Don't worry, we'll see in the Princess War.
But on the topic of Kellum, so we know like there's probably a bunch of elders. So there's 2 things I want to ask you guys. One is, do you think it makes sense for the elders to be as strong as the Slayers or stronger than them?
I think it makes sense for them to be stronger. but I don't think it's because they're supposed like I think it's just because they have more experience, right? I think the Slayers are Slayers because they have the capabilities to become stronger than them in a quicker amount of time, and they
Okay,
have
that's
more
fair.
potential. And like the Elders have, they're called the Elders. He's a blue hole. We have no idea how old
They're at
he
their
is.
peak
We don't-
already.
Yeah, they're already in their prime. You know, the older you get, these motherfuckers are 6,000, 5,000 years old. He could be 8,000 years old. He could be older than Jinsung, and he's old already. He could be older than. He could have seen so many things that we don't know about. He could have, you know, he could know about the
He could be
workshop and
Heaton's
all that
cousin.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd never know with him. So it makes sense that they're stronger than them because I think you never. It's like riding a bike. Like you just keep expanding on it, and it's like you just keep powering up in this life. You keep learning new things about Shinsu and fighting and stuff like that. So that's my personal take on it. How
I
about
think
you
they did
guys?
plateau though. I think they plateaued.
This is his peak. Yeah, this is
I'm about
definitely
to say,
yeah,
there's
this
no
is
need.
it.
There's no
He's
need to
not
be
he's not like
explaining.
out here adapting. Like he's not gonna be fighting Yama and be like, but I can split my like he already knows he can
Nah,
what he
yeah,
can do. He knows,
exactly.
and that's why he said if I go full power, I could beat you, but
Mhm.
I will be gassed. And that's crazy because he's probably way older than Yama, and Yama's rivaling him like this, and Yama has no ancient power.
Yeah, word.
Just think he has no ancient power, and he's banging hands with the ancient like.
And wait, I forgot. Did they explain how they were able to know that they could share their power? Or it kind
No,
of
we don't really know much about the Baylord. Like, we don't know
I
why
was gonna say, 'cause
K9
what-
people
so, yeah,
exist.
I think
we
Doom
don't
just
know.
kind of did it. It's like, look, I made a nigga.
No,
is
it's
that
like,
is that like a
what?
Baylor thing?
and then like, yeah, well, we were talking about that earlier. We kind of feel like Yama said, I could have given you guys power, but I chose not to because I didn't want to, give you this power and then manipulate you, just like Doom did. I'll protect you guys with my own power, and I'll keep it to myself. But I don't want to, go down that path again. So we're speculating. Obviously, this is he says, she says shit, and what we think personally. But I think like Baylor's can do it. It's just Paul is just fucking weak. Yama has explosive power that could be different, and it could harm them or make them strong as hell. And he just does. That's not the way he rolls. He's a lone wolf, and then Doom is
wanted
just
minions. pretty
he's a
much.
cuckoo bird. Yeah. So we don't know. We're still figuring it out, but I don't think that's something exclusive to Doom only. Like
Yeah.
Doom doesn't look like anything special. It doesn't look like he's in a different class or something. Like he looks like he fights just like the rest of them. He looks like he's, strong just like the rest of them. so.
Just as arrogant and hot.
Exactly. He looks just like the rest of them. So I feel like that's why it's like that. Paul's just young and he's inexperienced. He doesn't really know and he's not strong like that. He's also a background fucking character. And then Yama just has his own, goals and it's not how he rolls. But we'll see. We don't really know.
Okay. And the second question I was gonna ask, what did I just ask you guys about? Okay, so with so there was like some blog post, and I don't know if I remember this wrong, but I feel like Jin Sung had said that Karaka had gotten strong enough that he could mess with the elders a little bit, right? And based on what
A
we've seen,
complete. Go ahead.
based on what we've seen, like if they're all somewhat like this guy, they're all monsters, right? So if Karaka is strong enough to mess with something, do you think Kel Helm is an outlier amongst the elders?
I
Like,
do think he's an outlier amongst the elders. I don't think it's gonna there's definitely gonna be something crazier, but I don't think it's gonna be something where we're like, wow. Like the first time we saw, Bam fighting Data Jihad, right? Like I was legitimately like, wow. Well, not even then. The first time I just saw Data Jihad and the things he could do, and like his Mystery Island needle
I fucking
and
love
stuff
that
like
attack.
that. Yeah, I love that. I love that because it's really similar to Enryu's Thorn, and I'm really interested in that and what kind of powers those guys get because I don't know. I don't want to. Well, we're gonna tangent for sure. I'm saying we're gonna tangent. I don't want to.
Go
Anyways,
ahead,
it was
man,
just an example.
Go ahead.
Anyways, I was in awe of that. I don't think I'm gonna see. We're still gonna see some crazy stuff from the elders, but I'm already in awe of what Kelhelm is doing right now. Like he is already showing me like wow, and this isn't even full power yet.
Mhm.
So I know he can really bring down a floor if he wants to. Like Obviously, I don't know if he's banging with an administrator, but if there were just niggas on him on that neck, I'll bang with him. But we'll see what happens. I don't know.
What do you think, Joey?
My bad. I'm at work. Say that again. I'm trying to like mute myself and not.
Oh shit, I got you.
It's
no,
okay.
you're
It's
good.
good.
Shit, what did I just ask?
You're just talking about like if Cal Helm is an outlier for
Okay,
the
so-
candidates and like how they'll match up to the Slayers.
Yeah, cause like
And Karaka,
Jinsung had
'cause-
said he was strong. Karaka is the weakest Slayer we've seen, in my opinion.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
but we don't know about. See, I don't know. That's
No,
so.
but
I'm gonna just say
here's
this.
the thing about
Hold
Karaka.
on.
Wait, here's the thing about Karaka. Karaka is one of those fighters because of the way he is and his heart and the powers he has. He's
And
always
yeah,
gonna be tricky
yeah, it's
to beat because
weird.
he has so much mysterious power.
And he has like
but-
immortality
Yes.
and like the oblivion
Yes, and-
spheres and stuff, and then yeah, the heart, and it just existing on another plane, and then his connection to Vonkel and then all of Karaka's goons. It was just
And Karaka has infinite past lives, bro.
exactly like, and then his connection. He's obviously the son. I mean, that could all be a lie for all we fucking know. But he is the son of Jihad, but and brother to Wang Nan, so he clearly has some scary powers as well. But
yeah. So do you think Kel Helm is like an outlier amongst elders in terms of how powerful he is?
I do think he is an outlier. But did you hear that, Joey?
He might. I think he muted.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I do think for sure. I don't think he's gonna be the strongest. I think he'll be middle tier. I think we might see some other elders that aren't really fighters. We might see some that are just like
super smart or something.
Exactly, super smart, very wise, navigators, lighthouse.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So there's
You ever
always
have an
different
opera?
aspects.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
We gonna see that super S class type shit. I love
I
seeing
need
the
to see
gear.
a two-purry nigga. Like, where they at?
Bro, ever since the beginning, when like we saw that other Kun family member, like I think his name was Blueberry, he was a part of Yuri's team. And him just like access like that
He
original
just hacked
team.
everything.
I'm saying like there's so many like TV isn't showing us like a lot of weapon. I think once we see what Hatsu does like with his new ignition weapon and how crazy that can get, I think we'll kind of get more of a background into like accessories and how they affect the tower and like actual S class stuff and high tier, because most of the times we just see some bum side character igniting some bum little weapon that his father passed down in his bum ass family and it just gets broken in half because it means nothing to the story. And then you see something like a monthly weapon, a monthly series weapon, and you see stuff that the workshop can create and how important the workshop is in the tower, and it's like, okay, so like these things can actually shape the tower. Like they're actually really dangerous things. Like you can seal things in them. They can power up souls and stuff. They can increase your Shinsu. It's just, I don't know.
All these contracts and stuff too, because a lot of people don't even know that before that Mule Love was on, he had a contract that actually made him kind of strong with the Iron Man thing like that. So there's so much to like that's gonna happen. But let's kind of talk about what we think or what you hope to happen, and then we kind of just wrap it up.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I hope with this conflict that happens at the wall, I want it to just kind of be Yama for a little bit. I want to see what he's capable of, and then maybe K9 people, Cal Helm, and whoever comes. I don't want Bam to be in that vicinity. I don't want Bam and Caliban to see each other right now. I think that would be detrimental to the series. I would be excited because it would just be crazy and I wouldn't expect it. It would really throw me for a loop, and it's series, so you can do whatever he wants, obviously. And there was already a time skip, so it wouldn't be nonsensical. And it is the beginning of this war, so if he were to figure out Bam is right there, the wall being destroyed, everybody figuring like if the war might just start right now, like the entire season might be about that. That would be pretty nuts. But I think. What's up?
That's kind of crazy because if the wall gets destroyed, that means the symbol of peace is just gone. So niggas could just start pulling up.
Yeah, I'm saying like
all around.
And an elder, a blue hole, is pulling up right now. Like he's saying, I'm gonna come out of whatever hiding may have been, or if he could have been just like Thanos chilling, on a hidden floor, just fucking making some plantains, just pop him back, send back having a Dos Equis, and then he wanted to come out of hiding. And I don't know. It's just everyone's goals are kind of weird now because the wall is just about to be destroyed and everything's about to come falling down, and nobody really cares about peace and order. It's all about killing pretty much Bam and these betrayers. Yeah, chaos is out. Like chaos is really out right now. Ape type shit.
How was everyone else gonna keep up though? Like Rand and those guys. So where they at? Like
I mean, Rand and them, we don't know what they've been doing, man. We really don't. You see, like, I never expected Hots to get that big of an upgrade that fast.
Nigga,
I mean,
he said my weapon not even ignited yet.
He really, I think if he fought that princess, he wouldn't have been no bit like. Yeah, I think
honestly,
I think he would have went crazy, and I'm that's no slight to the princesses or whatever, because those twins look pretty strong as well, and they're still princesses. But I think Hots would have won with the determination in his eyes.
There was no fear.
So, yeah, for real, and he
Lori
knows
was on his
what,
back.
and he knows exactly, and he was just goofing with Lauren, and he knows exactly what princesses can do. He knows, he saw the Leviathan that she had, he saw the anima that she summoned. Like, he didn't care. He knows what that shit will do. So I'm just, I don't know, man. I think they'll be fine, especially with Rand. He's not a bitch. The last time we saw him lose, you know, I mean, he technically won, but with kind of like the help of others when he was fighting the Arya family member. Yeah. So I think he'll kind of, and he's kind of he's hard on himself, and he's a direct descendant of Mashani, descendant of Mashani.
Well, couldn't Dwan, but he wants to kill Mashani.
Yeah, so they all have their goals.
He's probably one of the few I'm not worried about. Like Andraste will do her thing.
You're worried about a knock, really?
No, so like they're the ones I'm not worried about, because like they're.
Oh yeah. And the other guys are just they're
like
just there,
and
man.
shit. Like,
Yeah, they're just. I don't really think they're gonna do anything, man. You gotta understand, they're still.
I don't even like Masang. It's, you know what? I want her to get left. Like, fuck her.
Yeah, and like homeboy with a tracksuit that's on a Nox team. He's good as a strategist, I know, but like,
nah,
he's
you gotta
never.
Keep Shabisu. We keeping Shabisu.
I'm not saying he needs to die. Just listen to me. I'm saying that's why I like it. He's a good strategist.
Deadly
I think he's a good strategist, but he's not keeping up with shit.
He's smart.
He's not keeping up with shit. No, he's not. Relax. He's not keeping up with shit. If I see him, I need to see. All right, if he's smarter than Kun, they better pull it with a surprise attack to help out the entire team in this arc.
The difference is Kun is way more malicious than he is.
That is true.
He wouldn't go that far. Kun will plunge his hands in the
dirt. That is true. That is true.
They're at least comparable in terms of intellect.
That is true.
I'll tell you.
But I don't think he's smarter. But I think they are comparable. I think Kun, like you said, he's just more devious. His goals are just, I think, way bigger.
Facts.
And Shabisu is just more honest and like he's doing what he sees fit, like whatever he thinks is right. Like in the beginning when they showed up to the Nameless Nation, like they were kind of like going at each other a little bit, and then they went on to the they both got on the same page. So, but like I think those teams will be fine. Some people won't really be there for these types of big wars and whatnot. I think this team that we see right now, plus like Ran, Anak, and Rossi and stuff, that's kind of like the war. That's the war-ready team.
I got you.
And we'll see with Cherry. We don't really know about. She seems strong, but we don't. She's never really around.
I just fuck with that whole family.
Yeah.
The Han family, go. Grandma, so I could destroy things? Yeah, if you want.
Like they say, Grandma, they say I'm just like you. What do you mean? I break things a lot. Like, yo, chill.
Oh wait,
just like
before
chill.
I forget,
Go ahead.
I wanted to say this. I still feel like White is gonna be the biggest X factor this arc.
Well, that's interesting.
Still, because like I don't know, the way they make notions of him is always like really interesting to me. Like when he came in the last station, like I feel so refreshed. They were like, oh, like this is what he's supposed to be like. You feel me? And even then, that was nothing of what he's supposed to be like. And then now again, we actually seen him like consume souls, like up close and personal. You feel me? And we already seen like how powerful he is from just off a soul of a ranker. Now imagine he gets to that wall and just starts. Feel me? Like I can't even imagine how powerful he would get.
I would cream.
Like, and I don't know the way like. I don't know.
I like that though. Like if that was the case, like If you could,
I'm getting that feeling.
cause the stories and legends about White are crazy. Like this man built up 2 separate kingdoms as their ruler, made them fight each other, and ate everyone's soul. Like he's a monster.
He really is. Prime form him is gonna be something else, man. It
Like
really
he
is.
really is a monster. I wonder if he'll see Hellum and he's like, oh shit, White, what's good? Cause he
That'd be
saw
nuts.
them when he was sleeping. And they're like, yo, don't wake him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's he's beyond the first generation. So
He's second.
Second generation, yeah. But I mean, going back to the wrap up, how do you want to see this ending out, Hemmings?
Joel, you go first. Like, what do you think is gonna happen, or what do you want to happen?
For the rest of the chapter.
I mean, what
This-
do you
this-
see
this
in the
upcoming
foreseeable
war and
future? Like,
stuff,
what do you,
yeah.
what do you,
Not end game like
what are
of
you
this,
thinking about?
but just coming up and what you want to see.
Yeah.
Like what would upset you? I said like if Bam and Caliban saw each other like right now, it wouldn't be good for the story.
That's not good. No,
Yeah,
because
so go ahead.
They're gonna get a situation where Bam would have to like. If Bam sees him now, he doesn't die. It'd be bullshit, essentially.
Yeah, it would be dumb because Bam would utilize everything in his arsenal.
Yeah,
See it
and he'd
grow out,
and he'd still lose. And he'd still lose.
Exactly. But
So,
go ahead. What are you feeling?
Like I said, I need to see it, and I feel like it is gonna happen. I really think White is gonna play really big role in this arc. Like I feel like we're gonna get like out, and I also want to see more. I want to see a mention of Karaka being the hidden whatever in regards to Jihad. Be dealing with Jihad's army up close, all peaceful coexistence.
That is true.
We need to expand on that. Like
That
even
is
if it's a little bit, we can't like the opportunity is here. You know what I'm saying?
There's no way like
And we're getting elders now and people that know about so much shit about the tower that we don't even know about.
exactly.
There's no way. Oh my bad, this is mine.
And there's
There's
no
no way
way
that
like with
we can't.
Karaka, like in facing. It's kind of like when Yuri like was going against like Jihad's orders and stuff. Like you're gonna get in trouble. Like, you're gonna get caught. So like, you have a son like Karaka out there if all that is true. So I completely see that. Like, you can't just always say like no one's looking for Karaka or no one wants to know the existence of him or something like that. I would
Yeah.
like to see, and that would definitely make Karaka the goat slayer for Hemmings again, because then we actually get some background to all this
Yeah,
mysterious
man,
stuff.
we get to-
We don't
yeah,
just
we-
get Karaka changing his personality here and there and doing this and that.
Like, we
Brown's
understand
butt
why.
buddy?
Maybe there's a
Nah,
flashback
yeah.
that like.
Yeah, we need to know. We need to start. Karaka's been a major character in the series for a while,
Bro,
and we
he was
still.
mentioned to be Yuri's worst enemy. Like Yuri
Yeah.
said, this man will kill me if I don't fight him now. Like, what? That's
Like,
Yuri.
I'm like, we're just
She's a
we don't
monster.
get much insight. Exactly.
And then so definitely those 2 points. And then honestly, as far as like the third one, it'd probably be like I really want to see some teamwork from Bam, Kun, and Rack again as a trio.
That would
really
be
what I'm
fire.
like Bam. We already know Bam's a crackhead. Kun just got this retarded power up.
Yeah, I mean, but Kun is like pretty strong now too, especially with his ice, being able to ice spear, and yeah.
Didn't he block a high ranker's blast?
Yeah,
Now
Rack
he's
is the
crazier.
only way.
So I'm saying like we need to see Rack get his shit up, and then
Exactly.
I need to see like
Racking
I
up,
need to see the
racking on racks,
trio
racking up.
like some trio attacks again, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's been too
Yeah,
long.
He
while
has
they
low
said-
key been trying to kind of. He thinks he's slick. He's not slick, but I'm gonna let it slide because I want to see it. But he been mentioning all the positions over and over again, bringing them back because they say the higher up the tower
Can you be
you
a
go,
light
the
bearer?
more
Can
important.
you be a wave controller?
Yeah, you know. So you think he's slick? Like, all right, I'll give it to you though.
That's why I fucked with it when the Vanco talked to Kun and he was like, "Yo, can you pinpoint this?" He's
Yeah,
like,
like,
I already
I'm
did."
not a
He's
spear
like,
bearer,
"Sure?"
but you know, I'll fuck a nigga up if you give me the right coordinates.
And that's the other thing too. Like this, like with the Shinsu abilities, we're gonna see some crazy shit, man. Like this,
We really are. We're just
we're gonna
seeing
see some-
endless
we're gonna
stuff
see
now.
Some Shinsu quality that's gonna be unheard of. We're gonna understand the
Spatial
reasoning
control.
behind- yeah, like there's gonna be a reasoning with Shinsu that how they're trapped in the wall, and then that's gonna involve more
The spells and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So this-
Yasuracha being able to use spells and animas. That's what I was talking at before you wrap it up, Hem. That's what I was talking to Hemmings about. I want to know about these animas, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
what
do
are
you need to
they?
be contracted with these like demons? Like, what do you have to do? Is it just something you're born with?
Oh, you
Is
mean
it,
if
like-
you're not part of the family?
Yeah,
Because
these
things
animals,
won't.
because the Baylords,
because
Is it
Hansung has
safe
an
to
anima
say
as well.
that Baylords are in a sense, like this is gonna sound weird. I don't know how to explain this really, but like they don't have animals. They're animal born.
Yeah, they were like
sense.
created. That could be something with both of those, the Lopobias
Yeah, that's
and
why,
the
like,
dogs, and them
yeah.
being kind of like a subset and
Yeah,
like
our
an
Gaylords, like
exile, like
failures. Yeah,
they're kind of connected to the
That's what I
Lopobia,
wanted to
and that's why
say.
they kind of swipe them under.
That's why they hate them, and that's my
And
thing. Would that make
exactly,
sense?
and
Because
that's
like, how can we weaponize an animal? Let's try to create something.
and
That the
like
animal
he was cursing the families, which means like they let them get away with it, which would be like they let them sweep, the dog people under the rug because of some failed experiment or something that happened. And
Just
that
like how
makes
we seen with the
everything
workshop, bro,
with
with the ignition. All
exactly, and
the ignition
Yama
method.
becoming a Slayer cannon. Like someone came to Yama, like F.U.G doesn't just come up to anybody. They see something and they kind of see a situation where
Whatever
they can
could
take
create
advantage of
chaos in the town.
somebody.
Wherever they could create chaos.
Exactly, my guy. But yeah, that's all I've got to say.
And no, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So this is actually gonna be retarded. Like, as far as like with everything that's going on, this is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be
This is gonna be
nuts.
crazy.
But go ahead, Hems.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here for the war. I'm here for chaos. I want to see. You know what's really interesting? Like, quick tangent. Not really a tangent, but like, the way I felt about One Piece and Tower God, they always seem to mirror each other in a way. Cause it's like, I was like, okay, like Wano's whatever, and then finally it's wartime, and like I didn't expect the war to come now, but shit, yo, it's wartime, Tower God. Like, we here.
You feel
like,
the tension.
Let's
You
go.
feel the
Like,
tension in both series.
I'm
Like,
here for it. But
I'm not a big One Piece person, but seeing like people teaming up, like you see Kaido and Big Mom teaming up, is kind of comparative to like Caliban and Yasuracha being in the same area.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
I think that's too much for Yama by itself, personally.
Way too much. Two commanders, there's no way. Like Jinsung is washing Yama.
If Yama even
Think
does
so?
something remotely, like,
Yep.
yeah,
Washing?
Jinsung,
Relax, you know my turn. I mean, I don't think Yama
I think
is
he'd
really.
win.
I don't think Yama is like like super controlled like Shinsu user. I think he's more of a sporadic explosive Shinsu
I hear what
user.
you're saying.
So like if Jinsung used like a transcendent skill and put a hole in him, I think he's dying. I don't think he has the capabilities to be like. I think he has the power to do it, but I don't think he knows about like keeping yourself alive and energy. Is because of the endless, essence of bravery and the endless amount of Shinsu he was pushing into that hole. So I think if Jinsung was getting serious, and we'll see, we'll kind of see because Jinsung was banging with a fourth commander, right? And he's one of the strongest commanders, and we don't even know how the outcome would have been if all these other XYZ factors didn't happen. So we'll see if Yasuracha versus Yama, because it's definitely gonna happen. Obviously, it's gonna happen.
Plus, beef with him, it could extend.
It's obviously happening. So we'll see if he's struggling with him. Then I definitely say that Jinsung would have banged on him. But anyways, continue.
No, yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think Jinsung would have won that low key. That never. But guess what? He lost.
Exactly, and that's fine because he's still alive. That's my goal. But continue, Hems.
I mean, I just want Karaka to do some stuff. That's all I need.
We know you do, buddy. You're a crackhead.
I need some World of Darkness. You need to see my steel tree come out. I need, if he's in danger, I need the goons to pop out the fucking I love that shit. Was so wrong. Like, yo,
that shit was so.
Lord Kraga's in danger. We heading out.
They were all posted up, falling behind Ivanka like monsters. Blackwing is out here pulling out. I know.
Deathbird.
They were actually putting in work. They weren't just getting washed.
Only Groom got washed. You guys hand cut off. But
yeah, but
fucking Deathbird fucking got thing from Drac in the lighthouse. He just pulled up and had them. Like, yo, that's good.
I'm telling you, they were putting in their work. They actually were helping out.
You love to see it. That's my Slayer.
And that was in the presence. And that was in the presence of like a high ranker, like.
Yeah, that wasn't no like. Oh wait, no, real quick. Are y'all expecting anything out of Hamsung beyond like tactician? Like, do y'all think he's actually gonna like? Because me and him talked about this the other day. Like, that nigga has too much fucking accolades under.
He's evil. He's really, really evil. I think so because seeing his personality in the data world and how Bam was like, there's no way this is Hansung. He's been, and even just reading it, like it made me kind of uncomfortable because seeing those duplicates in there, like seeing corrupt Yurik and stuff like that, Jihad post I mean, before the like whatever tragedy happens to him, and then his soulless eyes just as him as an adult. Just seeing all those mirrors, like some really scary shit happens in the towers to people, and it changes them completely.
I just think
It
he's
really
weaker than I
does.
thought. Like in combat, that's all. But
I'm
he's,
I
I
love
still
how
like
I
him.
don't,
Eric-
I
I still
don't,
like
I
him.
don't.
I'm not even saying he's weak. I just thought
We
he'd be
haven't.
stronger.
We've
Like,
seen like
Soul's not
the
is
highest
not
thing
a-
we've seen is like him use a lethal move.
Yeah,
so.
and like Soul. But because remember when fucking
Hansung.
Oh.
Chian Hee Ha was using that move, like oh shit, like if that hits me, I'm dead. I'm like, you about to die, nigga?
Well, I just think they mean like some powers that I don't know. Actually, I can't even bullshit. You getting hit by that? You dead?
Like I was like, I was like, yo, you in danger, danger?
I don't know. I will see with him. I think he's a dangerous guy.
I don't
Just
think
me
he's not
personally.
dangerous. I just thought he'd be stronger. Like he's not impressing me crazily in the combat, but he's not like
Yeah.
I'm not.
But he's
like, I'm
also
tripping
not on the
it.
front lines like banging with the monsters.
No, he's
kinda,
like a genius
dealing with the
tactician.
he's
These
dealing with the
niggas got-
side stuff.
And these niggas got back to the field because of him. He was like, "Hey, Vankill, can't you just do your fire all back?" I guess you're right, man. That was that.
And even
And
the
he
Shinsu loop.
he told Bam he taught Bam water Shinsu move. So that's my goal.
Nigga, he taught Bam the infinite loop. That's Bam.
That's my goal. Like if you all that water Shinsu fire, elemental Shinsu is so fire. Like
Quick tangent. I just wanted to say because y'all brought up Data Road, it was so wavy that this nigga Eric had error around his. Like,
It's
like,
so
he just
fire.
don't make sense.
he didn't. He was like, they were like, get this little thing, whatever the fuck that thing is, get it out of the system. And they went, we can't get it out of the system. Lock that shit up somewhere. Then I don't want to see that shit. Keep him in a room somewhere. That shit is nasty.
Like, bro, what?
John said, I don't even want to think about what he could do.
Like, how? How did you create this shit and you can't even control this nigga in a work?
He's a
Jihad-
fucking monster.
Jihad doesn't even want to think about banging with him. He doesn't want to.
I promise you, Yurik watched some Jihad. I shouldn't say.
I'm not. No, don't say washing, but they are. He's not
Yurik
like.
winning.
They're destroying the tower.
When it comes to Urek, Enryu, and Jihad, they different.
They're different. Those three are different.
Literally, because we know that 5 is it's 5 Erihan or Kuna Dwan.
I think it's
I think it'll be done. I think it'll be different.
What do you mean will be different? I'm gonna check.
I think like different power levels and whatnot. No, not right now. I mean, whatever.
No, I'm saying like who's number 5 or 6 right now? Is it Idwan in the tower rank? Idwan or is it it's Idwan and Erihan, right?
I think it's Ari. I know
Ari.
they're 5'6". I can't remember which one is what.
Look, okay, that's regardless, right? These niggas are 5'6". This nigga Yurik passed this man's test and within 50 years of climbing the tower and literally like blew this nigga out the water. He said. Nigga said, like,
he upset the stagnant rankings.
That nigga said, yeah, I'm not gonna beat him, and even Idwan's like, yeah, I'm not gonna beat that nigga. So that just makes me think like,
Yurik is different.
Like that shit's crazy.
1% of power with
Yo, is this good, bro?
restraints. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
5 is Ariahan and Kuna Dwan is 6. Then it's Adori, Hitman Adori, let's go.
Fire.
And fucking Horatio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Shield
Adori,
Queen.
no family, no nothing. Happens to get like that. By the way,
She just happens to get like that,
happens to get like
Mikey.
that.
Golden
This
November,
is-
baby.
But yeah,
Niggas telling me I'll read in mid. I'll smack the shit out them.
that's all I've got for this series. I'm very satisfied on what I'm seeing so far. I'm really happy
honestly,
with
like
the progress.
niggas gassed how bad this little shit was. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, the designs are bad, but I think
The story has been fire, and the
Yeah.
build up has been fire, and it makes sense
And
to
now
a
it's-
war arc.
everything
And
is
you're getting some
Yeah.
serious pieces. It's not Bam, fucking Kun and Rat can't solve this problem that's coming their way. They
Yeah,
just
like
can't.
we needed Yama's help to fight, and now do we know there's gonna be a war that my bad, bro. That
Exactly.
involves fucking
Houndborn's out.
Yeah.
like
Bark, nigga. Woof, woof. Any final
Exactly.
comments?
Nope, sounds great, man. That was fun.
So yeah, yo, we might have to do this again.
no, he did those both. I
Yeah,
just carried
for
one.
sure. Next time, I think we should stack them in
Those are
threes,
his.
like
Yeah,
3 Raws.
Yeah, that's
and
exactly what I was thinking.
That'll give us some longevity, and then fast passes, and then the feedback you get on the series as well, and just whatever people want to ask
wanna do it?
us,
Oh, yeah.
and how do they want this formatted, if they want us to kind of go in it like we talk about a chapter and then we clearly segment, because I mean this time we were just saying whatever, but
Do one.
we were kind of jumped into all the chapters at once and talked
Oh, I
about it
think I
all
heard.
at
I
once,
think I already
because
had cut it. Let me see.
it does like affect the giant scope of
Okay.
things that's happening. But if people want us to talk about it like chapter, the first one, then the second one, then the
We used to
third
do
one,
it like that, but it
then
doesn't
an
really matter.
overview,
Just do
yeah,
one.
We'll just
we
talk
can do
about what's
whatever.
important and get there. We get there. It is what it is.
Exactly.
I'm kind
But
of
yeah, it
free
was
for
fun.
right now. But yeah, I'm a premiere.
down for the next one.
You know. But yeah, free my Slayer, Kraka the goat. I need
Free
him.
my boy Jin Sung. We breaking him out soon. Don't
Wait,
worry.
are these like last comments?
F.U.G gang.
Yep. What's your last comment?
Just watch out for white, bro. In regards to this war, just watch out for white.
I like.
Yes,
I
sir.
need that now that you brought it up. I need
Yeah,
that.
bro.
I need that. When I saw him pull up and he said, "I'm hungry,"
Bro, I'm telling you, the way it's being portrayed, I know we got cucked last time, Luke.
no, he's different. He's different,
Like,
man.
nah, yeah,
That's
he's
why I
ready,
think
bro.
like him, Yam, like they're end game like type characters. I could see that. I'm scared for Yama right now, but if he makes it out of this arc, I could see him going a while in the story. I don't think they're gonna like Elaine. Like I saw it at first, but she might get backseated. But we'll see what happens.
That's
Everything.
that's sad. It makes me
So
sad.
two.
I know she's so beautiful and
Bro,
fire.
she's so bad.
That entire family.
Oh wait a minute, and she's an anima too. Oh
Yep.
yeah, it's lit. It's lit.
Yep.
Saying, bro, she has Fenrir, the fucking Grey Wolf. Like
Yeah, wasn't her said to be
Fire.
special? No funny shit.
she could.
It is.
Yeah,
She can- yeah, go ahead.
she has like the Grey Wolf, whatever. And the thing that makes her sick is remember the teeth when it bites you, you don't stop bleeding.
Yeah, you just
Oh
keep
my
bleeding.
God, your Ross is gonna.
And she
talk
could
to Dan,
switch
he's gonna
places
find
with
out
her.
you have him on your
No,
team,
bro,
like,
he
30
can
years ago.
curse motherfuckers. So he definitely has animas that if you even get touched by it, you're probably getting like poisoned. Like he's gonna be nuts. But yeah,
Yeah,
And you know what's
over and
crazy
out,
too?
boys.
If Yama just flexes enough
yeah.
and scares just half the fucking armada, they can't hurt him.
They can't do nothing to him.
Can't
They
even
literally
can't even touch him. You cannot harm me, nigga. He's the GOAT.
Hello?
That is so far.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm gonna be
Give
out.
you there.
We out of here. Thanks guys.
We
for
outie.
watching.
Have fun with it. Let us know how
Crocodile.
you liked it. Jin Sung out.
Caliban is VVS Diamonds on Mauricia.